Never give an advice to anyone. Never give advice, okay? This is something that I want to speak about in this video. About not giving advices or advice, okay? Before going into the topic of this video, I want to tell you that if you're not subscribed to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. That will keep you in touch with these videos that I do and that will offer you content related to personal evolution. Alright, now let's go and speak about not giving advice. And I was inspired to speak about this topic by an experience that I had a couple of days ago when I was in a social context, sharing with some people different stories, personal opinions, and one person is speaking about something that he wants to do. Then another person from the group says, well, let me give you advice. And the person gave the advice to this person that just shared the story. My immediate reaction was, oh man, no. I don't like your advice. I don't like this. So it really stirred something inside of me. And this made me think of all the moments when I received advice and how inappropriate those moments were and why it didn't make any difference in my life and I never followed the advice of anyone. So, don't give advice or advices to people. But what can you do instead? This is something else, and I want to share about some things that you can do if you really want to help the person for whom you initially wanted to give an advice. Because maybe deep inside of you, you want to help that person, and the advice that you want to give is something to help the person. But trust me, it's very ineffective way of helping the person. So what you can do, stay with me. There are a couple of tips and tricks that I want to share. So the first thing you can do, are you ready? Is to listen. Just listen. Listen to what the person has to say. Take your time. Wait. Let the person express all the story, all the reasons, all the feelings, everything that is inside of that person. Just be a mindful presence that is listening and only listening. It's not creating, scenarios. As we listen, we don't think, oh, I can't wait for her to finish and then to give her the advice. No, we just listen. Because fully attentive and deep listening is maybe one of the most important things we can give to a person. So offer your undivided attention and listen fully without planning for any advice. Just listen. The second thing you can do is to ask questions. Ask the person a couple of open questions that start with what made you think about that? Why do you want to take this path? How did you find out about this opportunity? How do you feel about taking that decisions? So ask questions that make this person reflect on their processes. So for example, if the person wants to, is in a moment of deciding to go left or right, maybe, instead of saying, oh, you should go right because right is much better, you can spend some time, listen to the person and then ask the person, so which direction calls you the most in this moment? What do you feel about going left? What do you feel about going right? Now that you express all these things, is there any new insight that is coming up to you? Okay, so you can ask questions, listening, asking questions. And then the third thing you can do is to offer some mirroring, some reflections, but not advice. So what you can do, you heard a person about going left or right, you ask some questions, and then what you can mirror is something like, well, I feel that you are more drawn to go on the left path and that you feel more excited, and I also felt you more excited, and I saw that your face got brighter and you were smiling when you were talking about the left path. And at the same time, when you were talking about the right path, I felt you a bit more worried and more concerned and a little bit more doubtful, and that you had more questions about that path. So this is something that you offer, some reflections and mirroring, okay? But still, this is not offering advice. You're just holding the space to the person to explore and understand his or her story, okay? So these are some things that you can do instead of giving advice, okay? Of course, there are some situations, there might be one exception in which maybe you need to give a very strict and clear advice. For example, if the person is going to do maybe take a very bad decision, like, okay, I'm going to drive home and I feel super tired, you can really be straight to the point and say, no, I don't think this is a good idea, stay at my place and sleep, it's going to be a long trip, don't worry, stay here and rest and tomorrow you'll be safe. Of course, in such situation, it's good to be directive, to give, let's say, an advice. So yeah, but I think you made the difference, between the kind of typical advice that is more a personal opinion, or some kind of necessary advice which can be in a, let's say, more black and white situation and a clear situation. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover in this video, because I hear around me so many people giving advice, and for sure you have persons in your life that give you advice. And I have to admit that my parents are the best advice givers in the world. How do those advices make me feel? Well, they certainly don't make me feel good, they don't make me feel understood, they don't make me feel listened. Certainly they don't, care about what is important for me and what's my process. What do I do with their advice? I just hear it and let it pass. So they don't really influence me. I don't really take that advice. And I have other people from time to time, they give me advice. Again, not a very good reaction from their advice. So my conclusion for me and for you, never give an advice. But what you can do is listen fully, authentically, with curiosity, with an open heart. Ask questions to understand more the story and the processes of the person and why the person wants to do certain things. And the third thing, offer some mirroring and some reflections about what you heard about this person. And believe me, all of these 3 things that you can do will help the person in so much more way, okay? Forget my English. Maybe my English in this video was a little bit, more broken or more internationally English. But yeah, I got really excited about this topic. Maybe you feel and sense that my energy is a little bit different. But this is also me. It's part of the way I am. So, listen, ask, mirror. And you will see the differences. You will see how great the people around you will feel when you practice these 3 things. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, give it a like, a share, comment, and yes, above all, keep on being the awesome human being you are. Thank you so much, my friend. See you next time. Bye bye.